Hello, 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 and welcome to the On Point Podcast. My name is Michael, aka the Local Boy, aka Street Kid #1. I'm joined by a good buddy of mine, the Local Roco. What's going on? What's going on? We're excited. We were both too tired to do the what the hell? We were both too tired to do the actual 9 a.m. Reaction to the Cyberpunk Nightwire City Episode 2. So we're doing it now. We're doing it live. And have you actually seen it already, or is this your first time?
First time screening, dude.
First time? Cool, me too. I mean, I've seen some stuff kind of interweave, not to flex, but they're gonna go over things that I've already seen. I saw this last year, E3, the three.
Such a hipster, dude.
The three roles that you'll be able to take, but they're gonna show off some weapons, and I'm wondering if they're gonna show off the same weapons that they introduced last year. Last year they introduced the Johnny Mnemonic, the laser whip, the fingernail whip. There was a smart gun, and then there was like a fully automatic gun that you could use.
If you have a high enough strength, you can rip out the turret from the rip out the gun from the turret.
Yeah. And then there was like a smart pistol. That was also a thing you could use. They did say that there was they didn't show a katana, but they basically saw under the skill tree that there was a melee and it was like a katana feature. So, that's pretty much going to be what's it called? That's going to be a feature that is going to be in the game once it is released, if it gets delayed even more. I bet it's going to be delayed until next year at this point. Any hoozle. Let's just, I'm ready. I'm just ready to watch it. I'm ready to watch it. So I'm going to hit play now.
You don't believe in no fate. Every day digging the grave. Step in the pit with the snakes. City of dreams, city of
Nightwire City.
Night City Wire.
Hello and welcome to episode 2
Hello, Holly.
of
Shout
Night
out to
City
Holly.
Wire. This is the show from us at CD Projekt Red,
Good
where
peoples.
we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. In today's episode, we're going to be deep diving into Life Pass and showing you a brand new gameplay video, as well as having a chat to Philip from our Quest team. Then we're going behind the scenes and taking a look at how Refused to bringing the band Samurai to life.
Nice.
And then we're showing you another new gameplay video and having a chat to Pavel, our senior gameplay designer, about just some of the tools of destruction that will be at your disposal in Night City. So let's get started. Street Kid, Nomad, or Corpo? Which will you pick first?
Street Kid. That's where I'm going. I'm going Street Kid. Life Pass.
Well, who do we have here?
Grew up in Haywood. The whole street was my family. Neighbors helped each other out. Thought nothing of it.
I'm pleased to see you have not forgotten your roots.
Born here, live here, die here.
Childhood memories. Hopping buildings, running away from badges. Iron taste of blood from a split lip.
Motherfucker!
Got everybody fighting for a slice of the street.
Get the fuck out
God,
of
if
this
this is what the game really looks like, that's fucking
Find some
awesome.
stronger choopers.
Do you want to spend the rest of your days blasting scabs? Or become a legend overnight?
We have
Afterlife.
arrived. The Major.
Ready to get your cherry bobbed?
Yeah, come on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they have the silver skin
Yeah.
modification.
My childhood? Let's see. Racing my bobber for the first time through the hills. Oh, and first kiss in the middle of a synth cornfield.
A synth cornfield.
We nomads choose who to make our family.
Hey, that was my
And choice
idea.
forges strong bonds and a higher duty that stands solid as an old oak.
My family's in pieces. That's why I'm headed for Night City.
Makes you an outcast
Leave you
among
South California.
outcasts.
Miss this, you know? Camaraderie.
I know. I saw it in your heart the first time we met.
I
Dude,
actually
this
like this nomad.
This is fucking awesome.
You know what I always liked about
Yeah.
nomads? Your taste, no, hunger for freedom. Not easy to come by in Night City. Corp's got their grubby claws and everything.
Damn. That's a 6-shooter. They're fucking Corpo. Fuck Corpo.
I have those reports you asked for.
They were supposed to be ready yesterday.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
The world's going to tear us apart when the word gets around.
The world's never going to find out.
If I go down, you're going down with me. No, I'm not fucking joking.
This isn't a request, V. But no way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
If you work in Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked.
Today, they got you to zero somebody.
Oh
Tomorrow,
shit.
they'll get somebody else to zero you.
What's the rules, Jack? Want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
And I have some skin in the game, man.
You're not on top.
This is fucking
Oh,
awesome.
Arasaka is. And you're the pendejo who keeps him there. Work for yourself, live for yourself.
Damn, dude.
He's
That's
like
the
a
only way.
Corpo mercenary.
Yeah, you're basically you do corporate espionage. God damn, Ed. That really fucking what the game looks like? Holy
It
shit.
is so good to see you
It
again.
looks
It's
wild.
actually been a while
Dude.
since I've had a chance to interview you about Cyberpunk. So I think for today, we'll start
Holy
with a
shit,
question
dude.
that everybody wants to know. How does the path you pick affect your time in Night City?
It does.
It actually affects your time quite a lot throughout the whole game, but let's start at the beginning.
We don't
because
actually care.
basically our game has 3 different starts depending on your life path. As an example, if you choose the street kid life path, you have lived most of your
now
time
I'm actually
in
kind
Night
of
City.
like
You know the streets,
sympathetic
you know
to
the
the
gangs,
nomads.
You know the slang.
Because
you kinda
of
know
like
what's going on
your gang
in the,
fell
let's say,
apart,
lower life
corporations are
aspects
moving in
of
on
the
like your
city,
territory.
which can of course give you lots of good opportunities also later.
I'm
on
actually
in the
kind of
game.
intrigued by the
But if you
Corpo
start
one
as a
too,
nomad,
just because
you
it's like
actually used to be part
it feels
of a
like kind of
nomad clan
ruthless.
and a nomad
James
family.
Bondy.
These
Yeah.
nomads that roam the deserts around Night City that we call the Badlands actually value their family above anything. But for one reason or another, you actually left that family behind, and now the beginning of the game for you will actually be how to get into Night City and how to make a new life there. Then you can also choose to actually be a corpo and choose the corporate life path. And that basically means that you're not at home in the streets of Night City or in the deserts of the Badlands, but actually inside the boardroom, because you rose the corporate ladder of the Arasaka Corporation.
Arasaka.
Which basically gives you the ability to sometimes, read between the lines, read people when they're trying to do business, which of course can give you many nice opportunities later on.
Oh,
So this isn't just about the start of the game. Can you maybe help people understand how this translates into the gameplay?
Basically for
Yeah.
different situations.
So the thing is, we make Cyberpunk a real RPG, and part of that is that you can play your character from the start to the end. And of course, we have these life paths affecting the beginning of the game, but we wanted to make it so you have your life path opportunities throughout
it just
the
sucks
whole
that
game
it's not
until
it's
the
first
game
person
is
and
over.
not third person.
And as an example, we do that by giving you additional
if
options
this was
in
third
dialogue.
person, it'd be
So I can
think
give
I would
you
be
one specific example.
way more jazzed
and
about it.
this is a mission
just try
where
to
you
look
have
at
to
like,
steal a flathead
Oblivion
robot
or
from
like
the
Elder
Maelstrom gang.
Scrolls.
Yeah.
Basically, those
It has
Maelstromers
third person,
stole
but
that
everybody
flathead
plays in
before
first person.
from a corporate
Same with
transport,
Fallout,
and
you know
the
what I mean?
owner of that corporate transport,
Yeah.
Meredith Stout, wants you
But
to
like,
do something.
like how
else.
are
So this is
you
an
going to
optional
like
objective. And even within
I
that
want that
objective, we wanna
style.
give
I
you some
want that
options.
interaction.
So as an
I
example,
want
if
that,
you have a corporate life
like,
path,
I want to
you
blend in, but I'm never
basically
gonna
know what
see
Meredith
myself.
Stout is really about.
Are
You
you
can read
Assassin's
between the
Creed
lines,
now?
and you can
Blade
get
dude.
some additional options that
Well, I
maybe
want to feel
actually
like I'm
later
part
enable
of the
you
city.
to
Like
do a
I have
completely
like
different thing
a
with the Maelstrom gang.
Like,
and
I have an
you're a
aesthetic
nomad,
that I'm like,
you know exactly
that I'm
some more
pleased
details about how these Maelstormers would have even been able to steal a robot like that from Meredith Stout, who's part of the very powerful Militech Corporation. As a street kid, we as an example don't give you a specific new dialogue option in that dialogue, because as a street kid, you do not have a lot of experience dealing with higher up people like Meredith Stout.
Oh,
but
really?
we want to give you additional options that fit your life path very well. So later when you actually talk to the Maelstrom gang, one member of the gang offers you some illegal substance, but as a street kid, you actually know what this is about. You can talk some shop with him, and that might actually make that character like you a little bit more.
So Philip, I do have a couple of extra questions for you based on the video we just saw. And the first is about nomads. So the nomad life path, this starts in a place called the Badlands. Is this somewhere you get to visit even if you don't pick nomad to start with?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
so the thing
that's
is,
cool.
Night City is surrounded by
I don't know
this huge
why,
landscape
but why would a
that we call
corpo
the
or
Badlands. And you can
a
go there
street kid
whenever
ever
you
go
want.
to the
So as an
Badlands?
example, if you actually do play the Nomad life path at the start and you are in the Badlands, you can even see Night City on the horizon.
Oh my
and
god, look
we
at
want
that!
to give you
I know,
options
dude, it's
later in the
fucking
game. If
crazy.
you want,
Dude,
you
this
can just
game
take
looks
your car
fucking
and drive
wild.
out of the city. You can go there whenever you want.
Oh,
Thing
dude.
is, you might not want to, because the Badlands can be a pretty dangerous place at first, because time has not been very kind to the Badlands. There have been many wars in the past. There's global warming. So most people that do live out there don't really have another choice about it, or are nomads that love this life and are all about it and are very battle-hardened. We, of course, also want to tell their stories,
Battle-hardened.
because we want to tell many, many different
Dude,
stories
look
throughout
how
the cyberpunk
fucking, like,
genre,
detailed
which means
everything
that you will
is,
also
man.
find missions that lead you out in the
Oh,
Badlands,
dude, you're gonna
or
need,
where you
like,
deal with the people
even with my
living there.
2080 Ti,
So
I'm gonna
Philip,
need
can
to
you tell
get
us a little bit more about
the
character
3000
Padre?
series.
He's the guy we see giving his business card to Street Kid V in the video.
Yeah,
Who
Father
is this man?
Sebastian.
Yeah, so Padre is actually one of the fixers in Night City.
Oh.
And
Oh, I
fixers
guess-
are people that work as intermediaries. So if someone
There's
who
more
has a
than
lot
one
of money
fixer.
needs a problem
There should be
solved, they
I
go
think there's
to
gonna
a
be multiple
fixer.
fixers,
And a
'cause there was
fixer then
that- that
finds
dude-
people who can solve that problem. And these people are people like you, the cyberpunks. Fixers are very
cyberpunks.
territorial. So Padre
You mean
specifically
runners?
works from Haywood, which is where you as a street kid grew up in, so you already know him. You might have already seen another one of our fixers, who is
Yeah.
called Dexter Deshawn,
Yeah,
and he
Dexter.
works in a different part of the city. So specifically Padre, you might know him as a street kid, but even if you played other
Padre?
life
Wow,
paths,
that's his
you
nickname.
might sooner or later meet him, because he's operating in Haywood, which is a pretty big place with many good jobs. So if you want to make some cash there, you will sooner or later deal with Padre.
Philip, thank you so much for joining us. Now, on my first playthrough, pretty sure I'm going to be picking Nomad, but for those watching, we would love to know what you'll be picking. So have a think about it and send us a
Nomad.
tweet. Don't forget that later in this episode,
on.
we're going
Pause
to be
real
showing
quick.
you another new
So you're going Nomad, I'm going not Corporate, I'm going Street Kid. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, I'm gonna play all three, because obviously there's gonna be like some different NPC interactions. I hope it doesn't turn into like where it kind of all intersects into one, where it just doesn't matter if you're Street Kid, Corpo, or Nomad. It just kind of like you just fall in line to the plot.
No, I think that is gonna happen because they talk about how like
gameplay video
you meet
and having a
that
chat
one
to
chick.
Pavel, our senior gameplay
Well,
designer,
they're within line.
about
The thing
just
is, like,
some
you might not even meet certain NPCs on
tools
certain
of
missions
destruction
because you
will
don't
be
go
at your
do that.
disposal in Night
thing.
City. But before that,
Okay.
let's talk about music. Because
Thank
music
you.
plays
Oh,
a
shit.
huge
Oh,
part
wow.
in bringing Night City to life. Now, in future episodes, we're going to talk about things like radio stations and even the original score.
Yeah, I think
But
eventually
today,
it
we're going to take a
converges,
look
but I
behind
think
the
it's gonna
scenes
turn
at
into
how
one of those
Refused
like
to bringing Johnny Silverhand's band,
what game? It's like
Samurai,
a Far
to
Cry,
life.
where there's like multiple zones, and you're like, all right, first you're gonna have to get in
I
with
wouldn't write
Dexter
these
Deshawn.
lyrics for
Next,
myself.
you're gonna have to go to the Badlands to get the you know, have a like start your own adventure.
So
where
it's
you
kind of
want
interesting
game,
to,
you know
to
what I
get
mean?
into like the mindset of who is this character and what would they write about.
So okay, like one thing, Johnny Silverhand existed in 2020, and this is 2077. So, and then in the time of Red, the bomb went off that presumably killed him and his girlfriend, or was it his girlfriend, or was like his one of his flings?
No, it's his girlfriend.
Yeah. So, where does Johnny fit in the... Hello! Where does Johnny fit in the timeline then? I don't know. I'm like confused. I wonder if there's gonna do like a big...
He's a, what's it called? He's the chip.
No, but they're gonna show him alive right now. I think. Hold on. I paused it.
No, he's never alive. Hold on, you're unpausing it?
I'm at the section where they show him like physically
catch
there.
a language that's his.
I
And try to
didn't
catch a
skip
language
forward.
that's like.
But I didn't
part of
skip.
his
I'm
game.
just where they're introducing the samurai, the band, his band. Refuse. Becoming samurai.
There's a reason why we're here.
Samurai.
It was Piotr maybe who was a fan of the band.
He knew.
Oh, where are you
Refuse
at?
And he knew my voice, and he said, "Oh, that's a perfect voice for."
11:08.
I'm at
Johnny.
12. I'm literally at 12:02.
How you skipped a whole minute?
No, no, I didn't skip. I just paused it.
I did too.
Oh, okay.
And you're a minute ahead.
Oh, okay. So I guess I go back to where you at?
11, 23, 24, 25,
Okay.
26,
Catch a language
27.
that's like a part of this game.
But like, you see him physically there, like staring at his posters. Do you think that's all just like a interaction, or is that like I said, are we gonna do time jumping?
They're gonna probably show you
There's a
things that
reason why
he's
we're
done because all his memories are in your head.
Yeah.
So you're gonna probably have like dream sequences where you see like
was
go
Piotr
through his
maybe who
memories
was
and
a
what
fan of the
what
band.
happened.
He knew Refuse, and he knew my voice, and he said, "Oh, that's a perfect voice for Johnny."
Someone from Stockholm? It would be cool, man.
And
Keanu
they
Reeves
wanted,
can
I guess,
sing.
a sound
He's
that
part
was
of
a bit
Dogstar.
contemporary
He
from when
offered
Johnny's
to
supposed to
fucking
have had
do a
the band,
song, but they're like,
because he's sort
oh,
of like
thank
a
you, but you know we have
anti-establishment kind of
a
guy.
band already. Very 90s
So of
punk
course there are
band.
things that you
Yeah.
can relate to, and like just like this
Like,
outcast and this rebel that's fighting against like the corporals. And
See?
that's definitely something that's been
Yeah, this
a
is
part of my
definitely
life
like a
and part of
memory
Refuse.
sequence.
We came out of the punk rock scene of northern Sweden.
He's like the future version of us. You know? So I think it makes sense. I think it totally makes sense.
I really wish he actually did like a
to be,
cameo where he
making
played,
these
like
songs
maybe get featured
about
in
him
one
or for him,
song.
you know, so it's pretty cool.
I wish he did like a song.
Or if he
No,
wrote
no,
a
no,
song.
no thrills. But yeah, but like White Vibrato.
I don't know, man. There's just so much talent with Keanu Reeves. Like they should like put him in some like.
They
We
made
don't
him
have
a
a
fucking
different
iconic
mode
character of the
and
game.
just
But like
going all in.
take
So
full
we're
array,
really
like
working
not
on
only his
songs, trying to make
acting,
them
but like
as good
his
as
like
possible.
singing
Then
and
they're not actually
his creative
our
process.
songs.
I don't
It's
know.
interesting
Maybe design a
as
mission
a
where he designed a
musician
mission.
to
I don't know,
play
man.
another musician. 'Cause
Maybe
that's
he
essentially
is
what
super
we're doing.
busy.
We're
Who
not
knows?
here as Refuse. We're here as Samurai, and I'm here as Johnny
See?
Silverhand. You know,
So
so
you
it's
think
like
this
the
is all
voice we're
memory?
representing here is someone else.
It's been a mind fuck.
Mind fuck. Fucking Swedes are all about death metal, dude.
Yeah. The Parasite Studios, Edmond, Sweden. Chipping in.
I mean, the shouting in itself is just like second nature to me because I've been doing this for a very long time. But then when someone comes in and says
someone,
someone, yeah.
Again, it's Azza. Azza. Okay.
shouting
English
is great.
interpretator.
Think of that accent. Think of that like enunciation. It's a bit weird because it's a very different way of singing when you're screaming like that, and it's hard to sort of
Just have Keanu Reeves sing. Just have him sing one.
adjust your accent.
Oh yeah, just try it again.
So it's been a bit.
That's hilarious. They had to like do an American accent.
Yeah. Azza.
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great.
But I mean, I get it. I mean, we
Azza.
have to maintain the illusion that
I can't believe
this character
Azza
that's a character
is so
of the game
difficult.
also is me, like when I'm singing it. So it makes sense. But yeah, it's a bit different to have someone telling you exactly how to announce it. I'm not used to just like give you a thumbs up, and then you think of things like the rhythm, and you think about the pitch, and you think about all these things. But then someone comes in and like, that word sounded weird. I'm like, what? No, that's how I sing. But so it's been a very a bit painful.
Well, I mean, Stockholm has
it's all right.
a studio in Santa Monica. They can find an English punk band. I don't know. Maybe Stockholm just wanted to keep it like close to the chest.
It's
CD
a very
Projekt Red,
interesting
keep it on
thing
Sweden.
to be part of. As a person that's not a gamer, I don't think I fully understand the impact that this might have. If people like these songs and if people are excited.
Well, I mean, Run the Jewels and
trying to get this right, trying to get it to sound like,
I forget her name.
Like
Elon Musk's
sound,
like wife,
it's quite
girlfriend.
It's a very different way of.
What's her name?
Of making music.
She has a feature in Cyberpunk, and then she has a feature. I'm trying to
You
think.
can already find 3 Samurai tracks available on streaming services: Chippin'
Yeah, I have it all.
Never Fade Away, and The Ballad of Buck Ravers. But we're excited to announce a 4th new song
Ballad of
called
Buck Raven,
Like Supreme,
Chippin' In.
which is coming to streaming services
Yeah,
today.
Like a Supreme.
That means you can check it out once
I haven't
the show
listened
is
to it
over.
yet, but I added it to
Don't
my
forget that if
Apple
you're
Music.
tuning in late, or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channel soon. Next up, Pavel and I are going to introduce you to some creative ways that you can solve problems in Night City.
Grimes, that's who it is. Grimes. Grimes has a feature. Tools of Destruction.
AV, I have a job for you. A client of mine is making
Akao-
an arms deal.
Akao-
He needs
Okanada?
protection. It could get hot, very hot. The gun dealers on Maelstrom. Alas, nothing ever transpires as planned.
Look at that katana, man.
You better gear up for this.
The tech weapon. The Tsunami Nakamata.
Nekomata.
Is it Nekomata?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What the fuck was that? Was weird. I'm gonna go shotty.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a nomad weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go fucking
Carnage.
Rip and tear, dude.
Rip and tear.
I'm going rip and tear, dude. Whoa, what the fuck? He's at a bar. What are you doing, dude?
Let's see, smart weapons. I'm gonna go all smart weapons. The Shijin.
So the tech weapons, smart weapons.
Well, the smart weapons has smart links, so it's bullets that follow the enemies.
Yeah, and they need to have the special
The uplink.
mod.
Yeah. Melee. Fucking hot thermal katana. Okay, melee don't look so hot. Oh, the cyberware. The mantis.
Display. The iconic fucking.
That's a cool hoodie. Yeah, gorilla arms.
That's definitely mine right there.
Oh, that's new. Project launcher.
So, V, are you willing?
Willing?
Yeah, I'm in.
Fuck, dude.
I still like that one trailer part where they go to the club.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining me. Now, there was
punches
an
it, he, like,
awful
open
lot in that
palm
video,
hits his
right? Because
chest
there's
and he's
more
like,
than just guns.
Yeah, he's like,
Absolutely. We have melee weapons, we have ranged weapons, we have cyberware, we have offensive cyberware, defensive cyberware, armor. We could talk for hours and hours about this stuff.
Then do it, you coward!
For today's episode, we should keep it simple.
Do it!
And let's just talk about guns. Can you tell us the different types of guns that will be in the game?
So we have 3 distinct types of guns in our game. We have power weapons, we have tech weapons, and we have smart weapons.
Yeah,
now,
Grimes,
power weapons are the
ASAP
most
Rocky, Run the Jewel,
weapons.
Nikita
One
Kravis,
thing they can do, which normal weapons
Gazelle
cannot,
Twins,
is ricochet bullets off of surfaces.
Deadly
so
Hunter, Rat Boy, Tina Gio, and Paul Leon Morgan.
Now, tech weapons, on the
and
other
I know
hand,
Run the
use
Jewel is also there
electromagnetic
too.
power to propel a fully metal projectile to extreme velocities. What that allows them to do is to punch through cover or punch through walls to hit somebody who's not even aware that you're there. Smart weapons use guided missile technology to actually track targets in real time. So you can hit somebody who's dodging, running away from you, or you can hit somebody who's hiding behind
cover. So they're almost like micro missiles.
So Pavel, Cyberpunk doesn't just contain FPS elements, right? It's also a fully fledged RPG. So can you tell us how you guys approached introducing those RPG elements into gunplay?
So I can tell you one thing, Holly. It wasn't easy to merge those 2 elements together. Now, we've spent a considerable amount of time merging the RPG and FPP side of our game.
FPP?
What the player will experience is that V changes from a small-time mercenary to a legend in the world of Night City.
Damn,
V
ripping out that
more
fucking
and
gun,
more
dude.
proficient in
That's like the
using
only
weapons
reason why I
as
kind
the
of want to
game
go straight
progresses.
build.
So they will see
Because like
that
in the
reload
demo that I
times
saw,
become shorter,
you can like punch
the
through
accuracy
walls
of
and
your
like
weapons
snap
grows,
people's necks,
you will
and then
have
things
faster
that
aiming time, you will move faster with your weapons.
and then like doors that are normally
Everything
locked.
becomes
If you
more
don't
in
have
your
like the
control,
like
and that gives you
the skill
more
to hack through, you
opportunity
just
to
rip it
defeat
open.
the
Yeah.
biggest encounters that we've designed
That's
for
what I'm
you.
saying, dude. Shoddy.
So I have prepared a few extra questions for you, Pavel, if you're feeling up to it.
Of course.
Okay, well the first is going to be...
Why?
how you
Why do we
find
live in a
more
universe
weapons
where
in Night
we're
City?
not
Where
playing
will
this
players
game?
be looking for them?
So I expect the players to look everywhere for new and exciting weapons. You can of course buy weapons at vendor shops, and they will house an entire catalog of weaponry that you can get. However, the best weapons that you can find will be taken from enemies or loot caches that we have everywhere in Night City. The weapons rarities range from common through uncommon up to rare and then legendary. And as they go in rarity, they actually climb in power. However, legendary weapons are very specific in such a way that they possess unique abilities that you will find on no other weapons in the game. The players will actually need to make some tough choices to find some legendary
shotgun
weapons, because
Smart Link
maybe
gun.
they need to choose whether to kill a person who holds the legendary weapons that they want, or to spare them because they like them as a character.
So next question,
You can
let's
spare
talk
people.
about weapon modifications. What mods can people give to their weapons in Night City?
So we have 2 types of modifications in the game. One of them would be modifications that we call attachments. So these would be scopes and silencers, and you can see them actually being attached to your weapon as you're playing the game. They give you statistics advantage, and they give you more opportunities in gameplay. The other part of mods would be software mods. Now these are basically small chips that you install in your weapon, and they actually change the statistics of the gun.
Okay.
They can give you damage, they can give you accuracy, or they can give you more fire rate. Some of those mods actually change the gunplay on a more fundamental level, so they can give you non-lethal rounds, biochemical rounds to tear through that armor even faster.
So I suppose for my final question, why don't you tell us about your favorite weapon then? Which is your favorite weapon so far in Night City?
Katana.
Oh, there are so many weapons that it's hard to choose just one. But I can mention some manufacturers with their weapons that I absolutely adore. The first manufacturer would be Tsunami Defense Systems, who produces the sniper rifle Nekomata. That's a tech sniper rifle.
Yeah.
That means that it can pierce through walls. So you can actually hit somebody who's hiding behind cover or who doesn't even know you're there. Of course, I also like a close quarters approach. And what that needs is a shotgun. One of the shotguns that we have in the game is Budget Arms Carnage. That thing is cast from pure steel, and it weighs a ton. However, you can cut a person clean in half with it. Another shotgun that I absolutely love, it's for a more refined approach, I would say, is a smart shotgun, Kang Tao Zhuo. That thing has 8 barrels, and that means it can track 8 targets independently. Now, killing an entire room was never simpler.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining
me. An 8-barrel shotgun smartly.
I'm actually pretty interested to see what kind of weapons people discover when they play Cyberpunk for themselves. Before we end episode 2, this is a reminder that those who wish to dive deeper into the lore can now pick up The World of Cyberpunk.
I'm gonna buy it as soon as I get paid.
This is a brand new book created in collaboration with Dark Horse Books that will give you an extensive look at what makes Night City tick before jumping into the game this November. That is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back with Night City Wire Episode 3 soon.
Fuck, man. God damn it. This fucking game, dude. Like, I'm glad this wasn't like a full-on spoiler. Like, they didn't, they didn't reveal anything like too crazy. But man, is it like so hard to like just, oh God, just the fact that this game has been delayed so many times that I'm just like, please, like, at this point, it looks super good. It looks fantastic. I'm still waiting for something like, what is the cause for delay? There has to be something that happened for it to be delayed twice. And that's where I'm kind of waiting for the other foot to drop. It's like, what about this game am I afraid of? Like, what do you think, Nick? Like, like, is this going to be a perfect game, or is this something that, like, we're gonna eventually see once we get our hands on it?
I thought it was gonna be one of those things where they had to delay it because of all the new consoles and shit.
So you think it's a product, like, but the thing is they're offering all the smart delivery stuff, like even on all consoles. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you have a PlayStation to PlayStation 4. They said it gets a free upgrade to PlayStation 5, and same thing with smart delivery for Xbox, the Xbox Series X and S, whenever they fucking announce it. So I don't think it's that big of a deal as far as, I don't know. It seems like, why did it take so long? Or why have they were so confident when they announced the first time the trailer, the release of the game, and then they delayed it, and I was like, oh, that was okay, September, that's probably COVID. They probably didn't have enough, disc to press to really have that game be announced and released at that time. But like, just, man, November just seems so far away.
I mean, it's so funny because of how quick, like, March went through fucking like August. Like, you blink and it's gone. But now that it's going into like July, August, and I'm just like, fuck, why is it so slow?
Yeah.
Like, it's suddenly slow.
I think it's because, like, when we were in pandemic, I mean, we technically are still in pandemic mode, but like the fact that like we were all like, we were just kind of like, oh yeah, like, if games get delayed, they just get delayed. Just, there's, we can't control, what's it called? We can't control the outcome of like these games releases, but like the fact that they pushed it from September to November, and like sooner or later the console war has to begin, and they have to announce a date and a price, a date and a price, and then how this game is going to correlate to those, like, to those announcements. Like, are they just going to say, screw it, we're just going to skip the SKU and just, this is a next-gen console game? I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty next-gen, dude.
Yeah.
This is like the, this is going to be like, yeah, but can it run Cyberpunk?
Yeah, can it run Cyberpunk? Oh, my God.
That's going to be the new, like, tagline.
Dude.
Yeah, but can it run Cyberpunk?
But can it run Cyberpunk? Dude, I like Nvidia just announced they're basically by the end of this month they're hosting like an event, and we could pretty much assume that that is the 3000 GPU line that they're going to be announcing.
Yeah, the 3K series I was waiting on so that I could play this game at like max fucking settings, and then I was like, yeah, I could play it at 1080. Like I wanted to play at 1080 high ass FPS. Like I just wanted it to be like, this is the smoothest gameplay. Like this is crit, and then oh, my monitor's fucked up, and I'm just like, more money.
I mean, you can just wait for the next wave of stimulus.
No, I have a job. Oh, Jesus.
Well, you're getting the stimulus no matter what, the second stimulus, once they pass it. But, man, the weapons look really good. I hope it doesn't turn into, like, Destiny, where it's like, oh, you have to, like, farm a certain mission, or you have to do a certain, like... They said to get legendary weapons, you have to take them from people who are legendary. So people who have, like, maybe, like, name spread to them. Like named
NPCs.
Yeah, like named NPCs. So I'm worried that it's like, if you... Like, let's say you kill an NPC and, like, the gun just, like, falls through the world, and you're like, no! Like, that's sort of...
funny.
Like, that's what I'm...
They better have, like, a mail system like they did in Borderlands or something.
Yeah.
Things they didn't pick up. It's like, oh shit, I didn't pick up this legendary fucking assault rifle.
Yeah.
This rainbow assault rifle.
So you're going rip and tear build? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go...
Always, because the thing is, I always go, like, sneaky thief, like, builds, or like sneaky spellcasters sort of. It's always some sort of dexterity based. I mean, even in my tabletop, I always kind of go dexterity based, like finesse over strength. So Doom was like, damn, I just want to play that.
You just want to rip and tear through the game.
Like oh my god, I just can't wait. The gorilla glows are funny. The gorilla arms?
Yeah, the gorilla arms. Yeah.
That's probably a, I don't know.
Do you think that's like...
Do you think it would like...
What? Go ahead. Sorry.
Like a late game...
Yeah, late game attachment.
But I was wondering almost like maybe they have it in stages where like, oh, you get the first level of gorilla arms. It's like, you can do this, this, and this. And level 2, you can start opening level 2 security doors. And level 3, you know, the RPG mechanic of it comes in where it's like at level 7, you could you could rip someone's head off, you know?
So I think that, well, so, okay, once again, they're when they showed us the demo of the 3 types of, you know, or not the 3 types, but the 2 types of gameplay that they were showing off at last year's E3 demo, they said that this, you know, the mall scene takes place after the events of you meeting up with Johnny Silverhand, and so it's pretty.
Yeah. That one was a little more obvious.
Yeah, but that was, but I think that there's a part in the game where you go to your slicer, who says like, hey, I got a new upgrade for you. So I think that there'll probably be like milestones that your character will interact with, and then you get to choose like, oh, I want, you know, I want this upgrade now. And so you go, I want gorilla arms. And then it's like, well, if you choose gorilla arms, you're not going to get like the what's it called? You're not going to get the mantis like slicers or whatever. And it's like,
yeah, I think you're limited.
Yeah, you're gonna be definitely limited.
Ligament enhancements with like that and fucking mantis claws.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's there's still so much that we don't know, but it's still kind of like, I'm excited regardless, just because it's like, fuck, dude, like. Just like, I'm just replaying the video just on mute, and just like seeing the Nomad just like fucking just driving around in that open area is just like...
It's because it looks fucking good. It's very La Familia, you know, this, that, and my family's, you know, fucking being dismantled because the fucking corpos are like expanding territory.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like, it just seems really like this game just looks really fucking good, but I'm still worried that there's something that, like, I'm just worried. That's it. But if there's nothing to worry about, then that'd be cool, and we can just enjoy this game come November. And I will just cry because he's like, well, if you want to run it at the max settings, like, you gotta get a 3000 series Ti video card, and it's like, oh. But I don't know. We'll see. Any other comments? Any other last minute reactions that you're excited about? Anything that you might have seen that I was trying to see about, like, the like, I definitely want to, I'm gonna take a listen to that new song that they posted, and then, you know, I just wish they got Keanu Reeves to sing a song. That would be fucking cool.
Yeah, like I said, he said he offered, but he said that they thanked him, but they already had people in mind and already had songs written and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, you could have had him as a feature, like 1 or 2 songs. You know what I mean?
I see too. More stuff you don't care about. What do you mean more stuff you don't care about? I actually cared about, like, I mean, I knew about the 3 pass, but that introduction to the 3 pass was very detailed. Like, I didn't care about Nomad, but after seeing that, like, intro to the Nomad, it's like, oh man, I'm actually.
They're just like basically country people.
Yeah, the music, no one cares. What are you talking about? Man, you are such a downer, Dan.
I want to time him out, dude.
Time him out. People care a little. They didn't add anything that we didn't know. I mean, the weapons, they definitely added the newer weapons. Yeah, they explained the weapons more.
Attack weapons, smart weapons, and power weapons, which are like kinetic.
Yeah. And then obviously, like this like whole Johnny Silverhand scene, is it like in the past and you're just reliving these memories? Eat the rich.
I wanna DDoS. Damn.
DDoS him.
I like the is he an Asian guy? Yeah, the Asian guy with the guitar where he's like walking to the stage with what's his name? With Johnny, I guess.
Yeah.
I love that fucking hair.
the rocker hair.
The fucking permed up like bandana hair. I'm like, that's impossible. That's defying the laws of physics.
Hey man, style versus substance, baby. The future has like nanite gel that just makes your hair just stick up that way. As Jonathan knows, nothing about machines, nothing about story, nothing really about what happens post Cyberpunk 2050. Yeah, but I mean, obviously they're not going to go into detail about the story. This is just like a teaser to some of the features. Yeah. How are they going to work? Are they going to do Witcher style tree or point-based progression like an RPG? Yeah, I will say that. I will say that they did talk a lot about the systems, like how are they said, oh yeah, we know everything about FPSs and RPG elements, but they didn't really go into any of that. They just said that, oh, we know. And it's like, well, why don't you show us then? Like, show us like how like upgrading, or like how is the street, like, because we know that conversations are going to be different.
It's like being drip fed heroin.
Yeah. We know that
you're always going to want more.
Yeah. We know as your background affects conversations. They even said that. They said that's an RPG element, that like when you meet up with the corporate chick, you don't know how to handle, as a street kid or a nomad, you don't know how to handle her style of like tactics and her negotiations. So the options, the dialogue options will be limited. But if you were a corpo, you would have the extra dialogue options to basically contest her and be like, no, fuck you.
And then have like a hacker prevention thing.
But
I mean,
they also said you can. No, they said you could go into the nomad territories, but once you choose a background, you're stuck to that background. You're not gonna.
Yeah, you can go to Badlands. You can go to.
But you can't go from Corpo to. You can't unlearn.
You can't change your origin story.
Yeah, you can't change your origin story. So are these afflictions going to be no, they're not point based. You just choose, and that's just that's where you start out at, and like where your, I guess, your dialogue options and what other NPCs you interact with, because there'll be NPCs that you never interact with as a Corpo.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you could. There's probably like a story related thing where you turn to the nomads or like pick a faction.
He says you could go nomad later? I don't remember that in the first episode of Nightwire City. They didn't talk about any of the backgrounds in Nightwire City in the first episode.
I mean, but you still can't. You could go nomad, but you still can't change your what's it called?
Your background.
Yeah, you're always just gonna be the Corpo.
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, I'm still super excited about this game, regardless of the. I mean, I'm glad that the game looks fun. It looks really cool. How it runs is going to be based on how much money you invest in your system or your rig. But this was definitely a decent showcase. This was a pleasant watch along for sure. Also, piecemealed all this stuff and told us almost nothing. You're getting a Series X. Well, at the end of this month, I'll see if I'm getting a 3000 series or not. And God help me, if it's like $2,000, I'll be very upset if it's $2,000.
What's the point of releasing new video cards if it's only for like the top 1%? Like, the whole idea was that you release a new series to like bring down the price of newer hardware.
Yeah, agreed.
You know what I mean, like what they did with like the 970 to the 1070.
Well,
although 1070 is like slightly more expensive, at least especially now, but you get the point.
See, you say that, Skelepope, but they stopped manufacturing older cards. Like, you can't find a 1080 Ti anywhere right now, unless it's resold. They've stopped production on. They just stopped production on certain cards, just outright, so that when the 3000 series come out, people go like, "Oh wait, I'm just gonna hold out for a 2080 Ti to go down in price." But when they're just
everybody's still sticking to their 1070s. Like, everybody I know is just like, yeah, my 1070 is good. I don't see the reason to upgrade. So they're not exactly, how do I say, promoting their new lineup if people are just sticking with the old stuff, because it's like, well, it still runs. Like, my 1070 still does the job.
Yeah, it does the job, but is it really going to, like, I mean, you're missing out on RTX. You don't have that feature. It's really messy with the product availability. Yeah, I know. And I think NVIDIA is going to be taking advantage of that. And they are going to be able to be bold enough to be like, 3000 series Ti Founders Edition, $2,000. They will just straight up say, this is the price, this is the demand. And obviously, of course, influencers are going to get them for free, because that's how you push people into spending $2,000, is that they see somebody who gets it and they go, "Oh my God, his stream looks so good," or like, "Oh my God, the graphics look so good on his stream. Like, fuck it, I gotta spend that $2,000 now."
It's lit.
Yeah. And what happens when ray tracing becomes standard? I mean, it's starting to become standard. I mean, the both consoles.
No, it's not standard. It's just a feature.
Yeah.
It's featured in games, but it's very. I mean, it's just too soon. It's such an early adopter technology, even now.
Yeah.
Because like you can't get consistent frames unless you have like the best fucking video card in the biz, as they say.
Well, that pretty much does it, I guess. I mean, you know, to Skelepup's credit, he did point out that, you know, they didn't really explain much. They just showed a lot of stuff. But I'm fine with showing stuff. Like, showing stuff is fine. Like, this is obviously one thing. I was listening to a podcast earlier today and talking about, like, the Summer of Games thing. What is a big mess. Like, if COVID kind of glared something, is that none of these game companies were ready to adopt the Nintendo Direct model. Like, none of them have the structure or the, I guess, writing or the production to say, like, we don't need E3, we could just do this on our own. And obviously it's definitely not as easy as Nintendo makes it to be. But I think CD Projekt Red and the Night City Wirecasts, although they're not as informative as I would like them to be, and I do agree to that point, they still showed a lot of cool things, a lot of features that I will enjoy once the game gets released. But my biggest concern is that there's a universe where we've already would have played this game 3 times over. So why, like, that's kind of like my concern is, like, why did they delay it 3 times already? Like, was there just a point where they were just like, we need more time to cook it? Or my biggest gripe is, like,
do the cooking by the book.
Or my gripe is like, why waste time to add influencers, content creators in your game? Like, that took time and resources. Why add CohhCarnage? Why add Jesse Cox? Why add these influencers to your game when I'd rather not have those people in my game and just play the game like earlier? Like, was it so important to add those people into the game? Right? Was that, like, when they were drawing up the, you know, the plot of 2077, was it critical that they get PewDiePie or, like, an influencer in the game? That's just going to make the game feel dated 10 years from now. It's like,
I don't know. Fucking PewDiePie has kind of stood the test of time.
Well, I'm just using that as an example. But there are, like, actual content creators who are in the game that I'm like,
whoa, you calling PewDiePie not a content creator? That's fucked. I'm gonna tell dude. I'm gonna tell him, dude. I'm gonna be like, one boy's talking shit about you, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just think that if the game was delayed because they're like, oh, we need to get the, you know, screen capture for CohhCarnage, or we need to record dialogue options with Jesse Cox, it's like, no, put that shit aside and make the game better. That's my I guess my gripe. That's my 2 cents, is that it's like, no, then make the game better. I don't care if I didn't care that Angry Joe and crew was in The Witcher 3, and I didn't even know until somebody, like, posted on YouTube, hey, Dodger, Jesse Cox, and Angry Joe are these 3 trolls in a cave. And I'm like, oh, whatever. Is not delayed for all the influencers you're jealous of. I'm not jealous of any of them.
Damn, dude, he's calling it like he sees it, dude.
I'm not jealous of anybody.
Third person perspective, dude. He sees it, bro.
I'm just saying, there is a universe where we've already played this game.
Stop gaslighting him.
There's a universe that we've already played this game 3 times over. I played all 3 paths, and this should be like the wrap-up episode where we talk about our experiences in Cyberpunk.
I don't know. If it's anything like Witcher, it's going to take a while.
I mean, it's August, and the game was supposed to release in April. So we would have had 3 months, 4 months? May, June, July. 3 months. We would have had 3 months. And I probably would have not even played Last of Us Part 2. But then in that same universe, maybe Last of Us Part 2 would have been a better game. I don't know. There's too many what ifs. So I'm gonna end on that. I'm happy. I'm excited. Thank you, Vic, for being here. Appreciate it. You're definitely going Nomad. I'm definitely going Street Kid. And then if you're watching later on YouTube, leave a comment. What you're gonna go? You're gonna go corporate. You're gonna go Corpo, Nomad, Team Street Kid. Let me know in the comments. If you're watching live, thank you so much for hanging out. This has been the On Point Podcast. Reaction to Night City Wire Episode 2. I'm going to check out some music. And hopefully I won't get copyright strike during the beginning. Because, you know, it's a Cyberpunk game. And it's Cyberpunk music. So hopefully we don't get copyrighted. So, either way, thank you so much. Take care. And like always, be good to one another. And peace.
Forever. It sounds like the 5-gum thing. 5-gum. Stimulate your prostate.
God damn it. Really, I'm ending the video. Oh, you piece of